Hey guys, Chillin' Mods here, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at the R9 390X made by Saphire, and if it's worth putting two cards in your build. A single R9 390X is a complete tank for 4K gaming, so why more? I played 1080p at Ultra like a breeze since I'm too cheap for 4K monitors at the moment. This card does have AMD's virtual super res for 4K and FreeSync technologies. This beauty is also DirectX 12 compatible, which most benchmarks don't even use yet. The R9 390X does consist of 8GB 512-bit GDDR5 memory and 2816 stream processes, and with a core clock of 1055 MHz. While the Hawaii GPU runs very warm compared to any NVIDIA card, the Tri-X cooling solution that Saphire includes keeps the GPU at a solid temp. While doing some benchmarking, I realized that the card does not go over 74 degrees Celsius. While sitting in Premiere, I realized that the GPU fans were not even on. I looked at MSI Afterburner and saw that the GPU goes into like some ultra power saving mode or something. This mode makes the card core clock go down to 300 and range up to 375 depending on what you're trying to do, and the memory range is to 150. The overclock on this card is pretty bad since it's already at a high base clock. The overclock that I had while doing the benchmarks consisted of a core clock of 1075 MHz and the memory stayed the same at 1500. I personally am not a wonderful overclocker, but I can do the job. The size of this power hungry card is 308mm by 127mm by 42.3mm, which is insanely large. I personally do have two cards and they make my Fantex Enthol Primo case look really small. The reason I'm doing this video is because I personally do not believe that this card should be in Crossfire. Like, it's bad. I know that when you're making a build you always think two cards are better, etc, blah 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 blah, but I don't think so. For two cards at the time of this video production cost $506.65 each. So times that by 2 and you get $1,013.30. That's just for graphics. My overall PC should have cost me $1,500, but I included these cards. Overall my builds cost approximately $2,500. Let's take a look at the benchmarks. You will see in this graph that in a real world application, Crossfire overclocked gives you the best experience with 121 frames per second. The single GPU does still do the job, giving you 106 frames. Next, let's take a look at memory usage. You'll see that in a real-world application you will need a lot more VRAM than a synthetic benchmark. The maximum amount of memory that was needed for Battlefield 4 was 2GB. One card still did just fine. Onto the usage. You'll see that when you add another card, it does give you a little extra boost with the amount of usage. But is it really worth the price difference? I personally don't think so. Here's the temps for all the benchmarks and also the 3D Mark scores. I only did the graphical scores because that's all that matters.